Hi everyone, Diablo 3 Season 31 is coming. This time it is the Forbidden Archives season. So in case you're not aware, there are no more patches for Diablo 3, but Blizzard is recycling old season themes. So we still have the altar, we still have the Visions of Enmity in the game, and every time we're gonna get one of the old favorite season themes. So this is the second time this happens. Previously we had the Soul Shards, which are probably the overall strongest and one of the most fun, in my opinion, season themes. And those are dropping out, and now we're getting Forbidden Archives. If you don't know this theme, this is the Season 20 theme that allows you to put as many things into the cube as you want in any slot, basically. So here you see, for example, this Barbarian build has 3 rings. Usually you're restricted to only 1, and you have like 1 weapon, 1 armor. Now you can do any combination of stuff in the cube. So this is generally a rather weak season theme compared to other season themes, outside of Necromancers having 4 weapons and being completely cracked. But a lot of people really like that season theme, as far as I can tell. Personally, yeah, it's okay. But I know a lot of people really like this experimentation you can do. And I'm going to give you a few examples of the cool stuff that happens in this season compared to others. So we went through it with our team here at Maxroll, so Chewing Nom, Northar, and me. We went back and updated all of those guides yet again. So all of those build guides have received, an overhaul with, the new combinations you can do. There's like a season theme little section here. This time there's not really that much to say, and all of the variants also have there's whatever we can fit in. For example, here like extra weapons for the monks. We did that and tried to make the best possible setups. But if you look at the tier list, well, that is a pretty hilarious picture. So this is a solo push tier list, and well, as I mentioned, Soul Shards was really powerful. This is not so strong, and we had to move basically everything down. You see all these down arrows here. It actually looks hilarious, and it means this is like an absolute Necromancer season this time around. And why is that? Well, Necromancers have like all the insane weapons. Like a Nova here has like a Funerary Pick, a Cypher Cycle, Blood-Type Blade, and a Tragul's Fang, for example. And it's kind of like the same story for all of these others. You get like, triple or quadruple weapons, and well, the Necromancers are just completely cracked when it comes to those. So this is like, there's not even close between Necromancer and other classes. So we literally moved every other class below S tier, and even A tier barely has anything. And it kind of like, the game generally starts here for the other classes. This is just how it is. And the combinations you can make in order to push very high are just not really all that powerful in most cases. Yeah, you can get like an extra ring. For example, a multi-shot Demon Hunter gets a convention now, but gives up half of his toughness. But yeah, maybe you can do some kind of stronger combinations like Path of Justice that I just shown, where now you can actually play Shenlongs, which is pretty interesting, to be fair. I really like that Shenlong POJ setup personally. I played it a lot back in Season 20. So this is kind of like a new thing here, and it actually changes how a build works. In some cases, the general idea is you gain extra power, you lose a lot of toughness, because usually you replace armor slots and sometimes even like defensive jewelry like Unity or something. So this is kind of how Season 31 is going to go. But I guess a lot of builds these days have received a lot of toughness buffs. It's just something to be aware of, that most builds have become squishier as a result of this. And you want to probably pay a bit of attention there. When it comes to the group meta, well, it's also unsurprisingly a lot of Necro stuff. So we have like, Masquerade here as one of the best, LOD Nova as like the solo builds here. And this is going to be kind of similar in the teams as well. So it's going to be basically those 3 builds here, LOD Nova, Masquerade, and Rathma. And yeah, there is also Dragul Nova and Inarius Nova. Inarius is usually the strongest out of these Nova builds, but this season it kind of like has this toughness issue, so it's probably not going to be the best. Dragul is most likely going to be the most played at the start until people transition to LOD. That is like a little bit better. And once they have all the gear going, this should probably outperform the others in terms of solo push. But yeah, for teams, we have a kind of similar picture here. So if you look at Rift Guardian Killer, Trash Killer, here we have Masquerade. It's probably the best for 4-man teams. Again, LOD Nova. There's also, you can also do Dragul Nova, I guess, if you want to. And then you have more Necro builds out there as well. And then we have some other stuff. So it's basically Necros everywhere in terms of team play. And also for XP farming, we expect the Rat Necros to be the fastest as well, because they also gain some pretty decent spike. But at least in 4-man XP farm in lower tiers, there is definitely a bit of more room for some other stuff. So we have, for example, also the AoV Crusaders with the Fist of the Heavens that have been like dominating in season 30 with the Horse build. And there's also stuff like God Demon Hunters, UE Demon Hunters. You can actually make some stuff work that is like not exactly on the same level as like maybe the horses or the rats. But those are probably going to be the top 2 team combinations in terms of XP farm. So this is kind of how it goes. You can also go check out all of the tier lists here in more detail. We also have the meta posts that are, well, kind of like last minute update right now. But this is also happening. And you can also see like more details about how the team combination plays, how the CBAB works, how the CDH works, and you know how everything comes together. So if you want to go check that out in more detail for group play, then you can check out the meta posts. This time our updates were a little bit last minute because of the Diablo 4 PTR, where especially North and me have been very busy, but we got everything done now. And if you want to see, you know, the overview here, we have like this whole overview post. There's also, you know, some important guides already linked. For example, the leveling guide, Hales gift guide, we've like revised them again, and this is how we can get an easy start into the season. We have the best builds listed here, our top 10, all the tier lists, etc. But again, you can always go to the build guides, you can go to the tier list and click on items there directly, and you know, go to the guide here. For example, Android Nova, you can open it, you can see the embeds, and then you can just follow along. And with that, I'm going to leave you. I hope you have a wonderful start into season 31. Personally, I'm going to go back and blast as well. I am planning to do hardcore solo self-farm to go for world first 150, hopefully. And let's see how it goes. So I'll be playing a Necromancer for that because of how powerful they are. And I'm actually kind of like a Bone Spear enjoyer. I will try to do this with Bone Spear. So let's see. That's it for this update here. Hope you enjoyed it. Wish you good luck. And I'll see you guys next time.